Great. Well, now we have the opportunity to be together for 45 minutes. So we are going to have our session number 4. Are you ready
Okay.
for that?
Yes, I am. I think, yeah.
Okay. Do you have a webcam, Elvis?
Yes. Should I? Give me a moment, please.
Right. Because we are going to share some information, some images. So I need you please to visualize what we are going to do. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Well, sorry. I think I have to eliminate it.
Right. Elvis, hello, hello.
Yeah. So, hi.
I can see you now.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Can you see me? Can you hear me perfectly?
Everything is perfect. Yes.
Good, perfect. Well, previous to a start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Viviana Velasquez. I will be your English tutor today. I have been a teacher for 12 years, more or less. Um, my main focus is on presential classes, but well, this is one chance to interact a little bit more with my students. So, welcome to my session today.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Elvis. Basically, we're going to have, as I told you before, our session number 4, which is good.
I didn't listen the last part. It just get like freeze the screen. Did you say something important?
We are going to share some screenshots or, well, my PowerPoint presentation, which is going to help us to organize our ideas about describing places, right? So I will give you some vocabulary, which I suppose we have a wide idea about vocabulary, but we are going to complement a little bit more. And we are going to organize our ideas how to describe places because, sometimes in some tests like TOEFL or IELTS, it is necessary to describe it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Good.
got it.
Sure. So I will share with you my screen. So I need you to tell me if it is possible for you to visualize them, okay?
Wow. Okay.
Can
Yeah.
you see this?
Yes, I can see it.
Perfect. Okay, so as I am moving throughout the presentation, we are going to have this little conversation together. Okay,
Yes, okay.
good. Good. Wait a second. So, how to describe a place? Which are the aspects do you think are necessary or we need to take into account at the moment of describing places in English? What do you think
Well,
is important?
I think the perspective that we can give to the person who is listening.
Yes.
So the most important thing is to be careful in the details, like for example, using prepositions of place is very
Mhm.
important, or
Yes.
even like prepositions of movement sometimes as well. But I think yes, you have to be careful with the details in order to the person to get like located in the place. I think I don't know.
Cool. Yeah, perfect. So let's move a little bit more about vocabulary. Do you know some, well, before this part, because you're going to copy from it, so no.
Oh yeah.
Wait. I want to see what you got about vocabulary. What kind of vocabulary can you use, Elvis, to describe places? Oh my gosh.
Well, I
Yeah.
think like it could be like urban vocabulary, like city vocabulary, like yes, because I mean, if it's like an outdoor place, you have to know everything about the city, like places and locations, addresses as well. So I
Mm-hmm.
think yes, like public places. it's very important to know.
Okay, cool. And which kind of aspects do you think are possible to describe in a place? Imagine if you have a picture or if you are in a new location. What kind of aspects?
Well, the weather, I think,
Weather. Mm-hmm.
weather, the landscapes of the place I am, like if it's nature or buildings.
Right. Good.
Yes.
What else?
And I don't know if I,
Well,
yes,
people maybe or
yes, like maybe people, yes, like, or transportation,
mhm.
or yes,
Okay, cool. Perfect. So let's see some vocabulary. Maybe if you remember, tell me if you know them or if you can make a little description about one of those, okay? So we got remote. I suppose you have heard this word before. Can you describe it to me or can you make a description about remote, what it is?
yes, remote could be like a distant place, like a very, like, yes, like something that is far away
Mhm.
from your location. Could be,
Perfect. For
yes.
example, tell me what city you can imagine is a remote city for us.
Excuse me, I didn't get the question.
No problem. Can you tell me a specific place or city you can imagine at the moment, which could be remote from us?
Well, I think maybe if we talk about like visiting Arby, the park,
Huh? Okay.
like it's kind of remote from the city because it's up on the mountain. Can
Okay.
we?
Sure.
Or
Good.
maybe according to the place I am. If I am in the south and I can say, okay, let's go to Puerta del Norte Mall. It's very remote. It's like a remote place from here, but we
Mm,
can use the metro.
cool. Perfect. Okay. Picturesque. Have you heard this word before? Picturesque.
Well, I have heard it maybe, but I have never used it, and I have never listened to anyone like using it in my daily like practicing. So,
Right.
but I like it. It's kind of because it's like because sometimes it's kind of describing like the technique of the of the picture, I think.
Right. Yes, yes, it is. So sometimes we said, well, maybe we can find the word as I noticed you like reading, as you told me in your likes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
very simple to find it in some books, right? Like to
yes,
describe
really,
daily the place they are trying to locate to the reader, right? But
yes.
yeah, as you said, it is not usual to use in our daily vocabulary. Well, picturesque. What kind of picturesque place you can remember at this moment?
At this moment, well, I cannot thinking like maybe when I think about the forest that the woods that you can find when you go to Santa Elena.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a certain part when you get like into the woods, and it feels very because the colors over there, the
Mhm.
grass and stuff. So yeah, I think that would be like picture. Can you repeat the pronunciation, please?
Sure. Picturesque.
Excuse
Picture,
me.
like picture, is
Yeah, like
similar to picturesque.
picture,
Picturesque.
picturesque, right? Uh,
Right. That's
okay.
perfect. Okay. Let's see another one. We have unspoiled. Unspoiled. What do you think it refers about?
Well, I can use like I can see that there is like a prefix over there because it's I have heard a lot of spoiled.
Yes, that is more
So,
about people, right?
yeah, but so maybe is when we're talking about places and small place is like a place that is not very like visited by people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it
Right.
hasn't have like in like modifications by humans, I think. Like an
Perfect. Yes. That's perfect, the description about this part. It is something that humans cannot destroy, or they
Yeah,
don't determine to change it because it's a historical place,
I got it. Yeah.
and which will be the like the symbol of a specific city, right? So it's an unspoiled place. Good, very loved for people. Okay.
Yes.
Another one, maybe I don't know if you have heard about it, but is quainted. Quainted.
Quaint.
Yeah, quaint.
Quaint.
Quaint. Yeah.
Quaint.
Have you heard about this word?
I have never heard about that one. Quaint.
Quaint. Yeah, it
It's
is
like an adjective, right?
like an adjective too, right? So in that case, is maybe the place where you can find something that is not usual, and is like it's similar to picturesque, something that you say it's total and unusual for people to see in different places, right?
Yes.
Can you imagine a place like that at the moment?
Like an unusual place.
Mhm.
Quaint.
A quaint place?
Well, it's fun. Yesterday I was in someone showed me around a place that is called El Puente de la Cuatro Sur.
Oh my gosh, that's a long name.
Quaint. That is a quaint place for me because there is a section where there is a lot of skaters and roller skaters
Mhm.
doing like tricks and stunts
Yeah,
in the air. So yeah, I think that that could be unusual for me, like one of those a quaint place.
perfect. Okay, so there is something that you cannot see usually in your house, well, nearby your house
Yeah.
or something. Good. Okay, another word, secluded. Secluded.
Oh yes, I have heard that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Private to me?
Well, it's secluded. I have heard that because there are a lot of like secluded towns, and when you go to like around Antioquia,
Yeah,
so there, yeah, like isolated places where there is just few houses could be. No?
okay. Yeah, sure. So there is like more segmentation places, right? Like you
Yeah.
a segmented place where you know there are some divisions, right? Okay, ancient. I suppose you have heard about it.
Ancient, yes.
That is one of the most common words, maybe to describe it. So, as you know, it is something that is historic, no? Historical places, cultural places, when you want to describe it. Sleepy.
Sleepy, yes.
Right.
Not like when you just feel like sleeping, like like you are tired and you just want to sleep, so you
Right.
feel sleepy.
Sure. So it is a quiet place. Nothing happens. It's
Oh yeah,
not.
yeah, but wait, I just kept just describing to people, but remember, I'm just keep
We're.
going away from the places. So like a sleepy place,
Mhm.
or like a place, it could be like a park, for example, like where you go and lay down like a cover, maybe a picnic, and it's kind of yeah.
Sure.
Nope.
Yes, it's possible to describe it like calm place, quiet place where nothing happens. You can relax a little bit. So it is possible. Okay, dodgy. Dodgy
Dodgy.
place.
Well,
Heard
a
about
new
it?
one for me.
Tell me.
That is a new one for me. Dodgy.
A dodgy place.
A dodgy place.
So
Yeah.
basically, it is a dangerous place, right? Something that you know that is unsafe.
Yeah, yeah, I get it.
For example, what kind of places or cities have you visit, like dodgy place?
Well, I have been in Manrique.
Manrique.
Yes, when you go up to like at the kind of the top of the mountain, it's kind of
Mhm.
a doggy place. Yeah.
You can find different, I mean, burglars or some strange people in there.
Yeah, yeah. I have like, or maybe like street fights
Oh,
or or parties in the streets.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there is
Dodgy.
a, oh yes, yes. And in fact, there is a doggy place over there because you know that there is like Metro Plus station until Manrique La 45, I think.
Okay.
So that street's supposed to be just for the bus, for the metro system, but there are some kind of like motorbikers.
Mm-hmm.
They just do it just the same. So there is a lot of fights between police officers and those kind of motorbikers because they cannot drive that way.
Right.
And
They're
the
always against the law.
the dangerous thing is that they just are making like stunts or tricks in their motorbikes. You know,
Oh,
like when they just go in the back wheel
uh-huh.
like crazy people. So
Right.
there, there have been a lot of accidents there. A lot of like this year, the last year, there were a lot of dead people because and all of them were motorbikers. So yes, that would be a dodgy place to go visit.
Yeah, sure. So to visit in that case will be a little unsafe for pedestrians, right? People who are
Yeah, it's true because they can kill themselves, but maybe their motorbike is going to just crush you.
sure. So that yeah, I suppose it will be really, really dangerous to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see another one. We had Shabby. Have you heard about that? Shabby Place.
Chablis.
Mhm.
Well, no, but I have never heard that one.
Okay, so
Chablis.
as you can see, something which is very old and antique, an ancient place. So it will be similar to ancient. Okay, another one. It is city. City place,
City.
which is unsafe
Well,
or risky.
unsafe and risky. A city place. So it could be like a dodgy as well, like a synonym of dodgy.
Right, exactly. So they are potentially dangerous, both of them. City also refers to the people itself, like you describe it like a motorbikers, that will be city people, right? Because they are always risking their life and those things.
Okay. So
Um,
you can say like don't go there because it's a dodgy place. There are city people.
Perfect. That is the real explanation about it. Perfect. So both are similar, but sometimes we describe it more one for places and the other for people. But both are possible. If you want to say that city place, it is also positive, and I mean good to say. But basically, yes, it is more about or used basically for people. City. Okay. The other one that I suppose you used too much that is crowded.
Crowded, yeah. Like the metro in the rush hour.
For example, right? Another one is bustling. Have you used this one, bustling?
Yes, I have never used it, but I have like I listen to that word a lot in lyrics of songs.
Oh, okay,
Bustling places, yeah.
sure. So it is, as you can see here, it's an active, alive or noisy place, right?
Yes.
Like,
Like downtown, for example.
downtown is a good example too, right? So always we have an active place, a lively place, right? Polluted.
Yes. Yes. That would be downtown as well.
Right, and
The
most
noise and the car smokes.
right, sure. Okay, touristic place, which you can find a lot of visiting people, right?
Yeah, touristic.
Is your city a touristic place?
Excuse me?
Is your city a touristic place?
My city?
Yeah.
Well, I think it is because Envigado is full. I don't know, but when I just walk through the neighborhood, I can see a lot of American people, like people from other countries. And in fact, there is a house in which they just have like a kind of language sharing. So they make parties and they just make like an exchanging of languages. Like people, if you speak Spanish, you go there and you bring your Spanish and they give you back their English. So it's like an interchange of languages over there. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, I can see that this could be like, yeah, or maybe in the Easter, like Holy Week, there were
Right.
a lot of, of visitants here to Envigado because of the celebrations and stuff. Yeah.
Cool. How long have you been living in Envigado, Elvis?
Well, to be honest, I this is like my second or third year living here.
Ah, cool. So you I suppose you have been in those places, like the exchanges of language places you are talking to me.
Yes, yes, I like going there, but sometimes it's kind of like you feel overwhelmed because
I suppose.
there are more gringos than Latin Americans there. So I just feel like a fly. I don't know how to say that expression. Yeah.
But you have a chance to practice your English though. That is a good point.
Yeah. Yes. Good. Yeah.
Good. Okay, let's try to finish with this vocabulary. We have cosmopolitan, which is a multicultural place, and you have you can find different things not only by your roots, but maybe
Yeah.
from different parts of the world, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Attractive, which is lovely or beautiful. Oops, I had a little problem
Yeah.
there.
There
Sorry.
is misspelling over there.
Thank you. And another one is which is dull.
Oh, yeah.
And
Cool.
as you know, it is a
Cool.
very uncommon place sometimes. Okay, so let's start working on our part. Describing the places and the components you told me before, and you get some of them. The idea is to describe always according to the place, location, people who are living in there, the weather, which you told me before, and basically the tourist attractions, right?
Yes.
So, in the case of location, what kind of components or what kind of things you can use to describe the location itself?
Well, I can use like addresses, maybe
Okay,
uh,
yeah, you told me.
name of the town or the country or the city, like
Uh-huh.
using names and like I don't know, maybe a description of how to get there.
Mm,
No?
okay, well, this is necessary, of course, when people are visiting you and some people who wants to go around the city, right? But if you're living in a different place, if you're living in a different country, how can you describe the location of your, well, the place you want to describe, the location itself? So, well, addresses, if the person doesn't know too much about that, it's gonna be a little confusing.
Yeah. So maybe you can talk about how can I say surrounding areas.
Areas. Oh, okay.
Surrounding areas. Yeah.
Right.
Like is near to or is in front of or I don't know something like that.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And basically, you can locate the person with the most representative buildings in the city.
Ah, yes, yes.
Let them know a little bit about the place itself, not the location. So, for example, I am living in Bogota, so I can talk about, I don't know, maybe the Colpatria Tower, which is one of the most representative,
Oh,
or
yes,
if I'm talking about the famous and terrible Transmilenio, which is going to be another reference for people to know, right?
yes, I got it.
Cool. Now, people. What can you talk about people when you describe a place?
Well, you can maybe tell if it's a crowded place or a like isolated place,
Mm-hmm. Good.
or you can describe the behavior of the people, like the culture, their religion, their food, maybe.
Uh-huh. Perfect. It's I think that is really important, like you mentioned, to describe cultural issues about
Yeah,
people, right? Because basically some foreign foreign people, they think Colombia, in our case, it's an old country, like, well, not all, but how we can say it, like based more about indigenous people, and we don't have
yeah.
civilization itself.
Yes, yes. It's funny because I know I have had the opportunity to work with American people and to or have friends like American friends, And some of them have told me that they didn't know, like before when they just came to Colombia for the first time, they didn't know like there were white people here, right?
For
Because
example,
that is
my
the
gosh.
first thought. Like Colombian is like Negro, like black people
Mm-hmm.
or indigenous people. Yeah.
Exactly,
So they
right?
don't know that we are like a mixture of European people as well, like the Spanish people that came here
Mm-hmm.
and marry indigenous or black woman from Africa and stuff. So yeah, we are like a that kind of combination. But yes, they never see it in the map, or when they know about it, it's because of the bad things.
That's the point. Yes, I had another experience with a person who I was working with, and he told me like, "Ah, you're Colombian, so it's kind of how it says like a drug place or something like that." And he told me like, "Ah, okay, Pablo Escobar. That is the first thing, no."
Yes, yes, it's true.
They have reference about the movies because of the movies.
Yes,
They realize that.
Netflix. Netflix is one of the one to blame because it's showing a lot of like the yes like even like young people here in Colombia, like if you see like the conversation between young people like agers like maybe 13 years old people or 14-year-old people, they just talk about Pablo Escobar because they are learning from the television of it.
That's the point, sure. Yes. So we need to really explain them the marvelous things we got here. So
Yes, because I have seen that when they just come here, they just fall in love at the very first sight.
look. Well, that's really, really important to focus on. Okay, let's continue. So climate or the weather conditions, no? So what kind of things you can describe in weather conditions?
Well, like you can use adjectives like if it's a sunny place, if it's very cloudy, or maybe snowy, cold, like the temperatures,
Mm-hmm.
or
Good.
yeah, yeah.
Well, we don't have in here, but of course it's important to mention the seasons, right? We don't have a
Mhm.
specific season, but we can describe how the weather can change, right? According to the months we are having, right? At the moment,
Yeah.
for example, here it is very, very cold. So we can describe it like a rainy season. I don't know,
Yes, yes.
in your place is raining?
Well, my place is kind of different to Bogota because we can have like without snowing, we can have the four seasons in one day.
I know. Here is happening the same thing. We think
Yeah,
Bogota is so cold and everything, but in the morning it's raining, in the afternoon it's very, very hot, and again raining. So it's kind of crazy thing.
yeah, yeah, it is.
But yeah, we can classify because there are some months which rains a little bit more than the others, right? So maybe we can classify also on that way. Okay, and important, of course, to describe the tourist attractions we can find in different places, right? What kind of vocabulary you can use to describe tourist attractions?
Vocabulary is
Yeah.
like talking about amusement parks or attractions like public places,
Mhm.
restaurants, or yes, yes, like attractions, something activities that you can do, different kind of
Right. You can use
outdoor activities.
funny, entertaining,
Training, yeah,
exciting.
yeah, yeah. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Okay, no problem. So on the way we can remember some other words. Okay, now maybe to make the exercise that we are going to work a little bit today, we are going to use some expressions. Okay, so we have here, for example, it offers if you are describing attractions, as we said before. Yes, like parks and theaters and those places. We have also the views are if you want to describe, of course, natural places, for example. An advice when you said you shouldn't miss this, and this place because they are funny, they are exciting, right?
Yes,
The other one is the atmosphere is. right? When you want to describe an aesthetic place, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain the part, but yeah, basically, if you think something has something unusual, no, like we said before, like a Pinterest place, right?
Like,
The next one.
can you, excuse me, can you refer like the atmosphere, like the energy of the place as well?
Excuse me again. Repeat it,
Like
please.
when you refer to the atmosphere, can you say refer to the energy of the place, like the atmosphere of the
Sure,
place?
sure. Because if you feel like it's mystical or something which
Yeah.
has a good vibe from those
Yeah,
things,
like vibes as well. Okay.
right. Now, it's located in, when we are talking about, of course, addresses and buildings, as we
Yeah.
talked before, is far away from, which we said remote, which
Yeah.
another possibility. What I don't like about this, when you are giving your personal opinion, right? Not all people share the same idea, so it's important to think or to say that you think in this position or your point of view is different from the others, right? The good thing about this place is complementing the same idea. A popular tourist attraction is describing those. It's popular with tourists because, sorry, given the reasons about the situation, is well known for when we have famous specific places. It's possible to when you describe activities you can do according to the tourist attractions. It's got if you want to contextualize the person in a cultural or tourist place.
That it comes from, it has got, like you can
Yes,
replace it, but it has, right?
exactly. Right. Yes. And finally, you can see, of course, to describe the vision or, well, the view of the place, and it's close to its location, no? So depends on the idea you want to express. You have different um, possible tools to describe the place in a better way. Okay, so here we have four different, well, paragraph, we can say, where you can have different words also, no? So let's talk about these parts. Can you read the first part? Can you see the first
Venice,
paragraph?
right?
Yeah. Can you well, read it for me, please?
Venice is the most beautiful city in the world, and the only one that can truly be described as unique. Each
Mm-hmm.
building is a work of art, with their beauty enhanced when reflected on the canals that cross the city. Its magical scenery is fascinating and breathtaking at first sight,
Mm-hmm.
evoking the feeling of entering the setting of a real-life fairy tale.
Good, perfect. So we have a specific words we can use to describe. Remember, in this case, we are using adjectives, no? So description of specific things. Beautiful, unique, magical, fascinating, and breathtaking. Do you have any question about these words or
No,
any problem with this?
no,
That's okay?
yeah.
Good. So there are more vocabulary you can use at the moment of describing. The second one, can you please read it again?
Each of the thousands of buildings that line Amsterdam's main canals can be classified as a monument, beautifully kept as apartments, offices, cafes, and restaurants. They form an what
Uh-huh.
aesthetic uniformity that make the city one of the most captivating in the world, an amazing place of bridges and bikes crossing canals, picturesque covered streets, and strikingly elegant architecture. Right, strike, right?
Strikingly.
Striking, strikingly elegant architecture.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have aesthetic, captivating, amazing, picturesque. We have before and strikingly elegant. Do you remember all these words, or do you have any question of those?
Yes, what about the cobble street?
Cobble street. Well, basically, those are the streets which are not with pavement. Well, they don't have concrete, but they have
Oh, got it. Yeah,
bricks, like bricked streets.
yeah, yeah. Got and what about aesthetic? Uniform, like the aesthetics, or yeah,
Yeah,
like the patterns.
exactly. That they look like regular. They look well, like a complementing each with the other, right? Steady. Any other one you remember, or do you have to ask?
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Next one, please.
Is that
Prague.
Prague?
Yeah, Prague.
Prague is known as the city of the thousand spires because of its profusion of grand, beautifully preserved historical monuments dating from practically every period in history. Those spires are best admired from the big bridges that cross the what is that? Vitava? What?
Or is it standing stand beautiful? Vitawa, right? It is.
Vitalva, Vitava,
Well,
Vitava River.
actually, it is a name. I suppose it's like Russian or something because
Yeah.
that's a proper name. So I
But is that a V and an L or a V and
B
a
L
I?
B
V
L
L T V
A
L T.
mm-hmm,
Wow.
L. So I don't know exactly Russian
Okay.
pronunciation.
Yes.
So
Kava River, especially from the magnificent Charles Bridge, or standing in the stunningly beautiful Old Town Square.
okay, perfect. So we have beautiful, preserved, sonically beautiful Old Town Square. Problems with this vocabulary,
No,
Elvis?
it's okay.
Perfect. So we are having more ideas to get descriptions, right? In this case, the next one, please.
There are those who say God created the world in 6 days and devoted a seventh to Rio. The city, I didn't know that, the city is indeed blessed with one of the most stunning settings in the world, making it the most naturally attractive city in the world. Green tropical luxuriance mixes with the blue of the ocean and the brightness of the sun at the beaches. Proving,
Ah,
proving,
Calvin. Yeah, yeah.
proving that this is indeed the marvelous city, as locals call it, the marvelous city.
Perfect. So we have stunning, attractive, and marvelous. No problem with that, I
No,
suppose.
it's okay, yeah.
And the last one.
Magnificently sited on a series of hills running down to the Grand Tagus River. This
Uh-huh.
one is one of the world's most excuse me. I just got distracted. Beautiful, unexpected views are found at very turned down its colorful, picturesque streets, and especially from strategically placed. I just get lost. Beautiful, I'm gonna repeat that part. Beautiful, expected views are found at very turned down its colorful, picturesque. I don't get this part.
Streets.
Beautiful.
Colorful, picturesque streets.
But
Yes?
beautiful unexpected views are found at every turn down. It's
Turn down its
oh yeah,
color.
at every turn down. It's colorful, picturesque. Okay, I got it. I wasn't looking at the it. The it was the possessive, not it is. So I
Oh,
was getting lost.
good.
Found at every turn down. It's colorful, picturesque streets, and especially from strategically placed viewpoints or terraces at the top of each hill. The city has an polished, seductive appearance.
Perfect. Okay. Vocabulary problems
What
here.
about polished, unpolished? What is that one? I have heard it, but I don't remember the meaning.
Polish is when you clean everything, but like
Yes, like when
brilliant.
you just like it needs like you shine it.
Exactly, but unpolished in that case will be like it is dull, but it is not in the bad way, but it is like
Yes,
an
like
antique.
something that is no. Yes, I got it. Like maybe the one that we say that is something unusual, attractive.
Exactly, that is very old, but it is in the
Can
at
you
the same
repeat?
time
Can you
very
repeat what was the word we have in the vocabulary section that it was unusual, attractive? No, I don't remember.
seductive.
Doggy,
That is doggy, potential, dangerous. No,
quaint,
quaint.
quaint.
That
Yes. Can we
good.
say that quaint
A
for the
quaint
word?
place, right? Yes, in this case, a quaint and seductive appearance. Yes, something that is unusual, but you see that is cool at the same time. That is the word. Okay, perfect. Well, let's see. Oops, sorry. I got here a little game. Oh my gosh, where is it? No, where is it? I close my game. So, as we see some vocabulary before, Elvis, we are going to have a little activity based on that vocabulary, okay?
Okay.
Just a little thing to remember some things. So, let me check here. Okay, so we are going to have like a little matching exercise just with few words, and you are going to tell me how to match them, okay? Can you see that? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, come on. Wait. Internet is a little slow. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know what happened. It's not working now. It doesn't want to go. Okay, good. Okay, so here we have some definitions, as you can see. Yes?
I can see, but I cannot read them.
Okay, I will read it for you because let me see if I can make it, yeah, bigger for you. If you cannot see anyway, I will read it for you and you tell me which will be the
Okay.
picture. The number 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we have like 8 if I am not wrong. Can you see that? Or
Well,
is
it
too
is
small?
full of dusty active. No,
It is full of busy activity. Which picture do you think it's and what is the word?
of busy activity. I
Mm-hmm.
think it could be the one in which there are like a city with people.
This one?
That one, yeah.
Sure. And what's the word for that?
Okay, it's full of busy activity. Bustling.
Bustling. Yes, perfect. It's bustling. Right. I didn't put the word in here next to the image, but yes, it's bustling. Okay, the second one. It is beautiful because it has not been changed or damaged by people.
Unspoiled.
Unspoiled.
And
Now, which one would be?
could be, well, I don't know. Can you tell me what the last one is? A beach? Is that the one? The last one like a coast, the beach?
It's,
I
yeah,
think
there are some houses which are little um I don't know, like
like a coast, right? Or like a lake near. Okay.
right,
So
I,
maybe that would be
I was a little
okay.
close to say the word, but no, I can't. I can't.
Sure.
So,
Maybe the green one, the one that has a lot of green could be. And
let's see these are. Well, at the end, we know if they are good or not. Okay.
okay.
So, the next one, attractive because of being unusual and special, old-fashioned.
Quaint.
Quaint, very good. And it is, which picture do you think it is?
I think the last one. This one. No, excuse me. No.
Up,
Go.
more?
Can you go up, please? I could go down, please. And I think is
That's the last one.
the old building, like in the corner of a street. That one.
This one?
Yeah, I like it. I mean,
Attractive.
it's unattractive, but
Well,
I
it is
like it.
attractive. Just say it is attractive. Okay. Oh, no, it's not.
It's not okay.
No, look. Red. Wait. I don't know what happened. Okay, continue. Oh, I finished with the, oh my gosh. It's my fault, sorry.
I have been
Wait, I need to open it. Yeah, good. Wait. We did it again. What's happening with this thing? No, I own you that part. Doesn't let me open the big thing. Okay. Oh, it changes. Okay. Looking dirty or in bad condition? Looking dirty or in bad conditions, unlikely to be involved in dishonest or illegal activities.
Dodgy.
Dodgy. But dodgy, well, refers to places, remember? But we have involved in dishonest and illegal activities. Who does the illegal activities?
People.
People do that, right?
Yeah.
So it will be city. Okay. And what will be the picture you think it is possible to connect?
Well, so I think the corner of the street.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. Attractive in appearance, especially in old-fashioned way. You told me before this one, right? I know, sorry.
No, that was the one that I said it was one place.
Oh, cool. Yeah. No, sorry. So attractive in appearance, especially in old-fashioned way. Attractive in appearance. You told me before this and this.
I think. What happened there?
I am completing what you said before.
Okay.
You told me this one is busy activity. Yes, this one. Okay.
Okay, so we are in the second one, right? Attractive
in appearance, especially in an old-fashioned way.
In an old-fashioned way. Well, maybe the houses in the like the shore.
These ones?
Yes.
No. Oh my gosh, you always had a mistake. And then you go with the point up.
Also, when I got a mistake, I just out of the game.
Yeah, I put only 2 tries. You have only 2 tries. Oh. I forgot to change the part. Anyway, well. I tried to do it with. It's a little difficult to make it only with 2. I have to change the part. I own you another game, okay? Because that's the time is running. Where is it? Okay, finally, I need you to use your the vocabulary we talked before and describe the place, okay? Describe the place where you live in.
Excuse me.
Okay, as the time is running, because I have my students are asking me. So let's conclude using the evaluation stage, okay? So you're going to use the vocabulary we already learned according to the description of the place you live in, okay?
Oh, yes.
So you have 2 minutes to describe the place.
Well, I live in Envigado, and it's a big house which is near to the park. It's up to the park, so it's kind of isolated place because there is a main street, but you just see the bustling of the cars, but the people is kind of in their houses all the time. You cannot see people like outside. It's just the bustling of the cars, and the weather is kind of cold, but during the day it's kind of sunny and warm, and at night it's kind of rainy.
Okay.
It's kind of dull as well because there are, if you go to the street like 7 o'clock and you want to find like a place to buy something, you are not going to find anything. Like people just go to bed very early, so it's kind of dull place. And what else can I say? It's very attractive for like foreign people. I don't know why. I go to the street and I can see a lot of white, tall, blue-eyed people. So there is I don't know how to say quebrada.
Oh my gosh, wait.
Oh yes, it's a ravine. I think it's a ravine. Yes, a ravine. I have heard.
I had another word, but I don't remember at the moment.
Yes,
I'm sorry, no, I forgot the word too.
I heard one like
Ravine.
R-A-V-I-N-E, ravine, I think.
Ravine. Well,
which is called.
Yes. Well, I haven't heard that one. Maybe I use another more technique, but I don't remember.
Yeah. So okay. It's called Ayudar.
Uh-huh.
It's called Ayudar, and it's a big one. So it's separated like part of Envigado with Itagüí. So I like that area because it looks like a river.
Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah. Very good. Excellent job. You got a lot of vocabulary. You know how to describe it. Excellent pronunciation. I mean, I don't have any problem with the chat today. That was good. You have a good student as you. Perfect. I'll really enjoy the class today with you because it's really amazing. People can use English as fluent as you are using. So it's really, really nice to find people like you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, so
it's very nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you too, and I hope we can have another space or another class to practice again together.
Okay, so what about the schedule? Is it going to be the same schedule, or we just program?
Next week is going to be the same schedule, so don't forget to write it on if you want to have the class again with me. Possibly in 2 weeks I will change it a little bit, but anyway, I will let you know maybe by Skype, or if you want to connect anytime to talk a little bit, we can do it.
For the next class, I have to just apply for the class, okay? Like sure. I do.
Yes, every single class you have to find out the schedule and just write your name down, and we can meet again by this space, okay?
So can I, like, if there is a schedule that is not Saturday, can I just look for another one? or it has to be the one that I just choose?
Sure. No. If your schedule changes, maybe next week you can find another tutor who can help
Because
you.
I saw that we have different schedules.
Sure. So different tutors are going to help you, depends on your schedule, no? So if you cannot next Saturday, maybe you can on Monday or something. There is a special teacher who can help you on Monday, right?
Okay.
So every week you have to look for a teacher who can fix the same schedule you need. Okay?
Okay. Got it.
All right. Perfect. Okay, Elvis, thank you very much for sharing with me this information and this practice today, and see you next time, okay?
Okay. Bye, Viviana.
All right. Have an excellent day. See you.
Thank you.
Bye.